Welcome back to the Unlock Your Potential podcast. I'm Matt Faupel, founder of FaupelX, and this is where we get serious about commercial real estate leadership and execution. If you're a property manager in CRE and you want to scale smarter, earn real trust with stakeholders, and lead with precision, you're in the right place. Now, let me start with a confession. I am absolutely on a speeding train when it comes to information and content creation right now. 5 years ago, this same workload would have eaten up all of my nights, my weekends, and there's a huge difference now. It's not that I'm typing any faster, it's that I'm using AI as my strategic partner. And here's the truth. Most property managers are either ignoring AI completely, or they tried it once, got a generic answer, and walked away thinking that it's overhyped. Both of those things are career-limiting mistakes, in my opinion. Today, I'm going to change that hopefully for everyone. I'm going to walk you through some AI prompts that have saved hours. I'm going to talk through some of the options that are available with the different AI platforms. And by the end of this episode, you'll have a tactical toolkit that you can start implementing right after this episode. This is AI for property managers that mean business and are excited to grow in this fast-moving industry. Now, as we get started here, remember to always follow your company's rules with AI. Many have their own tools like Copilot or Gemini that are trained on company information to set you up for success. AI isn't magic, it's software. It's large language models, or LLMs is often referred to. These tools are trained on huge amounts of data, text, and patterns, which means they can generate polished writing, analyze information, or even structure processes in just a matter of seconds. Think of AI as hyper-fast assistants, drafting communications in minutes, summarizing inspection notes into clean reports, comparing vendor bids side by side for easy review. Now, the big question that I get asked quite a bit is AI going to replace property managers? Absolutely not. AI assistants, they don't walk roofs, they can't shake your tenants' hands, they can't negotiate contracts, but does it handle the administrative grind that eats into time? Absolutely, which means AI can help you shift your energy toward what really matters: leadership, strategy, and execution for your property, for your team, and for your owners. The best part, some of the most powerful tools available right now are free. You have ChatGPT, which is a great all-around tool for writing, summarizing, brainstorming ideas. You have Claude, which handles longer documents. It's very strong for reports, for summaries. You have Gemini, which connects into Gmail, Google Docs. If you use that workspace, Gemini is going to be your right hand. There's also Perplexity, which is a research powerhouse. It's like Google search, but with an AI on top of it. And there's also Google Notebook, which is great for learning, studying, getting more familiar with a lot of the research and information that's available out there. There's really no excuses, and you can test all of these without paying a single dollar. When most of our industry is still behind, many managers are going to be asking, is AI real? When the question everyone should be asking is, how do I use AI today? And here's some ideas on how AI is going to fit into property management and how it's already fitting into property management for that matter. Communications, whether it's to tenants, your team, to vendors, faster, clear, more professional text. Owner reporting, concise narratives with strategic framing when you're providing the right information to it. SOPs and workflows, standardized in minutes instead of days. Inspections, instead of handwritten notes, you can turn those into professional reports instantly. Training, quick creation of team playbooks, reference guides, new employee orientation. The possibilities are endless with what you can use AI for, especially around the office. The managers who embrace AI won't just save time, they'll be positioned as the next generation of leaders in CRE. Some of the prompts that I can encourage everyone to try after this episode, for example, tenant communication. Into one of the platforms, you could easily put a prompt that says, draft a professional tenant notice about a planned HVAC shutdown on XYZ date, including the reason, the timeline, emergency contact information. Keep it clear but authoritative. Another option could be bid comparisons. The prompt could read, compare these 3 vendor proposals side by side, highlight the cost, scope differences, timeline risks, and give a recommendation of the best option. Another option could be the scope of work. You could have a prompt that says, draft a scope of work for elevator maintenance, including inspection schedules, compliance, and performance metrics. You could upload some reports for inspection reports, and you could have a prompt that says, turn these inspection notes into a clean report with key issues prioritized and action items assigned to different team members. SOPs. You could have a prompt that says, draft a step-by-step SOP for handling after-hours water leaks in a 20-story office building. And obviously with any of these prompts, the more information you provide the platform, the AI tool, the better the response is going to be. Another prompt could be for crisis communications. Write an emergency tenant update for a sudden power outage. Be calm, clear, and specific. This is an easy prompt that you could prepare ahead of time and have in your emergency action plan for easy copy and paste into an email. And then one of my most favorite uses for AI at this point is leadership development. So for example, you could have a prompt that says, summarize 3 leadership principles that apply to managing a property management team under pressure. And this is just a handful of examples of what prompts you could use. When you're using these tools, encourage to have conversations with it. Take it beyond a simple Google search. Many of these tools, you can ask them, how can you help me? This is my role. How can you help me plan for X, Y, and Z project? Ask the tool how it can help you. What does the tool need to set you up for success? Have a conversation with it as if it's a chatbot, as if it's a mentor, as if it's a friend, and you're having a conversation with them. Now, before you start getting into all these conversations with these AI tools, you need to remember a couple warnings. Double check numbers, AI can fabricate data, and you can't just trust it blindly for financial information that's important. You need to double check things. Protect your sensitive information. Don't just copy and paste confidential information into AI tools. You need to be mindful of your company policies and make sure you're respecting those with whatever platform you're using. And when you're using these tools, take time to edit the voice. AI should, when it's drafting emails, communications, it should sound like you. So walk through some steps with your AI tool to help it understand your tone, your preferences, how do you want the delivery to come across. These are all things that you can do with most of the AI tools available. Now, AI tools, the way to think about this is that they are a leverage. They are a tool that accelerates you, but you are still the pilot. You are still controlling how this tool is being used. So something that I suggest to not get overwhelmed and kind of ease into it is to have a couple steps, you could easily follow after this episode today, is to pick one of the free AI tools, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok. There's several of them out there. Use some of today's prompts to work through some ideas that you may have. So ask it some of these questions. It doesn't know anything about your property, about you, and just see what kind of information it can provide. When you ask it, create an SOP for this type of project, or I have a new employee starting that'll be a assistant property manager. What are the top 10 things he needs to know the first week? These are questions you can ask, and it's very interesting some of the information it'll provide. Most managers see less time spent on documentation in the first month as they're using these tools. And it's not just about saving those hours, it's about career trajectory. When you're not drowning in administrative work and tedious tasks, that allows you to free up time to focus on people, focus on strategy, relationships, owner confidence. It's not about using these tools to get things off your plate that you don't have to deal with. It's about creating efficiencies to set everyone up for success. 5 years from now, using AI in property management, it's, in my opinion, not going to be a novelty. It's going to be expected that you are using these tools daily to make sure your operations are being successful. The real question that everyone needs to be asking is that, are they going to be leading with the adoption, or are they going to be scrambling to catch up when that time comes? In my opinion, and what we've seen through history, early adopters always win. They build processes first, they develop confidence, they become go-to people with leadership, and this is something that you really want to position yourself to be at the forefront of. AI isn't going to be replacing property managers. In my opinion, it's empowering a whole new class of leaders who will deliver high quality work in half the time. The managers who embrace this now are going to outpace everyone else. And it's not about just chasing a trend, it's about staying relevant with the tools available to us. To help you start, I've provided several prompts here today. I encourage you to check out my newsletter on LinkedIn, which has several articles more in depth about AI. And also, you can try out my tool at FaupelX.com called CRE Pro. It's a great place to start. Ask literally the first question you can ask it is, how can you help me? I'm X, Y, and Z role. I have these types of properties, or I have this type of project coming up. Just talk to it, and you can see the potential that gets unlocked with that interaction. There is so much more to consider when it comes to AI. We're going to have a lot more episodes coming out about those topics. In the meantime, please feel free to reach out. If you try out CRE Pro, let me know how that goes. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Keep going.